नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ दुं दुर्गायै नमः। So, in the battlefield, Simha, the great vehicle of Devi Chandika, is giving such a big roar, creating havoc. Along with that, Chandika is ringing the bell, which is also very loud and unbearable. Along with those two, Chandika herself is giving such a loud roar, which is reaching all the directions. And then Kali is giving her roar, which is surpassing all the three previous sounds. So, what happened next in the battlefield? Let us see now. तं निनादमुपश्रुत्य दैत्यसैन्यैश्चतुर्दिशम् देवी सिंहस्तथा काली सरोषैः परिवारिताः. Hearing that loud sound of Kali, all the asuras, Daitya Sainya, Chaturdisham, in all directions, they all surrounded Devi, who was on the Simha, Kali, and also that lion. They all tried to attack at once. एतस्मिन्नन्तरे भूपा विनाशाय सुरद्विषाम् भवायामरसिंहानाम् अतिवीर्यबलान्विताः. When they all surrounded Kali, Chandika and Simha, etasmin nantare, right then and there, Bhupa, O king, what happened? Listen to me. Vinashaya Suradvisham. Suradvisha, the enemies of Devatas, to destroy them. Vinashaya Bhavaya Amarasimhanam. There came forth, issued forth from Chandika, those Devis who were like lions. That means they are that valorous and great, vigorous. Ativirya balanvitaha. They are so strong and also they are very valorous. Brahmesh guha vishnunam tathendrasya cha shaktayah sharirebhyo vinishkramya tadrupaishchandikam yayuh. So these Shaktis were issued forth just like it happened during Katyayani, who was formed from all the Shaktis received from different Devatas. A beautiful bright light came forth. That took the beautiful form of Devi Katyayani. In the same way, here also Shaktis from Brahma, Isha, Guha, that is Shanmuga, Vishnu, all the Shaktis went into Chandika. They all went and entered Chandika. Tathaindra, even Indras, Shaktayaha, all the Shaktis of these Devatas, Sharirebhyo Vinishkramya, coming out of these Devatas, it entered Tadrupaish Chandikam Yayuhu. They all went into Chandika. Then, Yasya Devasya Yadrupam Yatha Bhushanavahanam Tadvaddeva hi Tachaktihi Asuranyoddhumayayo. Those Shaktis took the form and came forth from Devi, having the same rupa as Devas. That is, the Shakti which came from Brahma, it took that rupa as well as the Shakti and also the weapons and the jewels what they were wearing. That means replica of Devatas. Their Shakti entered Chandika, the Shakti entered the Chandika, and then it came forth as the form of those Devatas with the weapons, the Bhushana, the ornaments, and also the weapons, Shakti. And they all advanced. Tadrupaish Chandikam Yayuhu Asuranyot Yuddhamayayo. They all came forward, advanced to fight those Asuras. So here we can remember Katyayani was so bright and given all the Shaktis by Devatas. In the same way, here also Chandika is given all the Shaktis, whatever is needed to fight Asuras were given to that Chandika. So even if you take individually, Chandika is there within to help her all Devatas within the body whatever is there within the body and the mind. All the devatas give their helping hand to that Chandika who is in the conscious form to fight out the asuric traits in the sadhaka or the devotee. हंसयुक्त विमानाग्रे साक्षसूत्रकमण्डलुः आयाता ब्रह्मणः शक्तिः ब्रह्माणीत्यभिधीयते. The Shakti which came forth from Brahma with in that heavenly chariot, Hamsa Yukta Vimana, and then holding Akshamala. Akshasutra is Akshamala in the hand, and in another hand, Kamandalu. And that Shakti is called Brahmani. Iti Abhidiyate. She is called as Brahmani. That Shakti is called Brahmani. In the same way, Maheshwari Vrisharudha Trishulavarधारिणी Mahahivalaya Prapta Chandrarekha Vibhushana. Maheshwari, she being seated on Vrisha, that is bull, Trishula Varadharini, and she is holding a very great weapon, Vara, very superior, Trishula, the trident in her hand. And she is adorning herself with Maha Ahi. Ahi means the great snake. Ahi is snake. Maha Ahi is the lord of the snake as her bracelet. And she is Chandra Rekha Vibhushana, and also she is adorning the crescent moon on her head as crown, as a jewel. Kaumari Shakti Hastacha Mayura Varavahana Yodhumabhyayayau Daityan Ambika Guharupini. Ambika, that is Chandika, is taking another form as the Shakti of Guha, Kumara. And she is called Kaumari, who is holding the spear, Shakti spear in her hand. And she is sitting on the peacock, Mayura Vahana. And she advanced to fight these asuras. So here they are giving the clue here. Ambika Guharupini. That means it is only Ambika who is assuming those forms, the Shakti, which is coming out of her own being. So that means it is only one Ambika who is fighting. This we have to have it in our mind, because later on, when Shumbha is fighting with Chandika, the conversation will come about this point. So we should remember all the Shaktis from different Devatas have entered. The Shaktis have entered. How is it? How is Ambika using it? How is Chandika is using it? Ambika, Chandika, Kaushiki, they are all the same name of one being, one incarnation of Durga. So how is she using that Shakti? She is bringing it forth, giving the form, giving the jewels, giving the instruments, as she received the Shakti from a particular Devata. See, understand the strategy here. Whatever she has received as guna, that she is reflecting back in the same way as they have been given as Shakti. Same thing refers to every individual. Contemplate on that. We are receiving the Shaktis and we are storing it in the body, and whatever deeds we are doing through this body and mind is nothing but giving form to those Shaktis. Isn't it so beautiful how it works and how our Sanatana Dharma has respected each and every Shakti we are using every day? It is n number. In n number of ways we are using that Shakti in different forms, different ways, using different tactics, skills. So that is brought out in this episode. तथैव वैष्णवी शक्तिः गरुडोपरि संस्थिता शङ्खचक्रगदाशार्ङ्ग खड्गहस्ताभ्युपाययौ. Vaishnavi, she came with Shakti, that is the spear, sitting on Garuda, Garudopari Samsthita, holding along with that Shakti, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and bow, Khadga. All these things she is holding in her hands. Yajna Varahamatulam Rupam ya Bibhrato Harehe Shakti Sapyayayau Tatra Varahim Bibhrati Tanu. Sacrificial boat, Yajnavaraham, Atulam, it is matchless. That Rupam, that form, Ya Bibhrato Harehe, and it is holding the form as Hari with Shakti, the spear. Sapyayayau Tatra, she advanced. And who is Varahi? And Bibhrati Tanum, with that form as Varahi, she has entered the battlefield. Narasimhi Nrasimhasya Bibhrati Sadrusham Vapu Prapta Tatra Satakshepa Kshipta Nakshatra Samhatihi. Narasimhi Nrasimhasya Bibhrati Sadrusham Vapu. She wore exactly the same form as Narasimha or Nrisimha. And so she is called Narasimhi. And what is she doing? Tatakshepa, tossing her mane, exactly like the lion, with so much of anger. Kshipta Nakshatra Samhati. And she is hurling down luminous objects, burning objects on the Asuras. That is how she is attacking the Asuras. Vajrahasta tathaiva indri Gajarajoparisthita Prapta Sahasranayana Yatha Shakrastathaiva sa. Just like Indra has Sahasranayana, thousands of eyes, even this Aindri, the Shakti coming out of Indra, she also wore the same Rupa form with thousands of eyes. And she came with thunderbolt, Vajrahasta, Vajrayudha, that she was holding. And she was coming on the Gaja, that Airavata elephant. And she was looking exactly like Indra with 1,000 eyes. ततः परिवृतस्ताभिः ईशानो देवशक्तिभिः हन्यन्तामसुरः शीघ्रं मम प्रीत्याह चण्डिकाम्. At that moment, tatah, then Parivritastabihi, that Chandika who was surrounded by all these devatas, to that Chandika, Ishan, that is Shiva, he told Chandika, Hanyantam Asurah Shigram, at once you kill all these Asuras, Mama Pritya, for my sake, for my love, you have to kill all these Asuras. So he told her. Then what happened? ततो देवी शरीरात्तु विनिष्क्रान्ताति भीषणा चण्डिका शक्तिरत्युग्रा शिवा शतनिनादिनी. Then Devi Chandika from her Sharira Vinishkranta came out, Ati Bhishana, terrifying form, Chandika Shakti, Atyugra, which was terrific. That form came out of that Chandika, exactly like all other devatas. And Shiva Shata Ninadini, the form just didn't come out, but along with a great howl, like hundreds of jackals giving a roar, shout, howl, all together with that nada. Here, Shiva means jackal, not the Shiva, the husband of Chandika. No, it is Shiva, the jackal. The meaning of Shiva is also jackal. So we can well imagine how the battlefield looks. That battlefield is very much within. Bruhi Shumbham Nishumbham Cha Danavavati Garbhito. Sorry, I think I skipped one. Sa Chaha Dhumra Jatilam Ishanam Aparajita Dutatvam Gaccha Bhagavan Pashvam Shumbhani Shumbhayo. Just like Shiva told her to kill all the asuras quickly, Shigram, for his sake, even Devi is telling Shiva. Who is that Shiva? Dhumra Jatilam, one who has the jata, which is of that copper color, which is vibrant copper color, matted hair. Ishanam Aparajita, unconquerable. She is Aparajita. She told that Isha, who is Dhumra Jatila, what did she say? Dutatvam Gaccha Bhagavan Pashvam Shumbhani Shumbhayo. Go to Shumbha and Nishumbha, being my messenger. O Bhagavan. Bruhi Shumbham Nishumbham Cha Danavavati Garbhito Ye Chanye Danavastatra Yuddhaya Samupasthita. Please tell that Shumbha and Nishumbha, the two most powerful demons, very haughty demons, Danavau Ati Garbhitau, Ati Garbhitau. They are so proud about their power, strength. Those two, Shumbha, Nishumbha, to them you tell Anye danavas tatra yuddhaya samupastitaha. Those two, along with other army people who have come to fight with us, go and tell them. What? Trailokyam indro labhatam devas santu havirbhujah यूयं प्रयात पातालं यदि जीवितुमिच्छता. What does she want the messenger Shiva to tell those asuras? Let Indra and other devatas get Trilokya, all the three lokas. And also Havir Bhujaha, all let devas get all the ahuti which they give in yajnas as oblation offered to them. So Indra will become the lord of Trilokya, and let all devas get their havis, the oblation which we give in yajnas. Yuyam prayata patalam, and you all go down to patalam. Yadi jivitum ichhata, if you like to still live with life, better you go down to patala, to your own place. So, how can we understand this? It is Devi's instructions that all the divine thoughts occupy all the three lokas, Jagrut, Swapna, Sushupti, Trilokya. Let the good thoughts, divine thoughts, if at all, O lower mind, with your asuric desires and thoughts towards the worldly things, better you go down. That is, you stay back in Mooladhara Chakra itself. There is no place for negative thoughts and negative desires as we move higher up, isn't it? So, it is a guidance for us. If at all we want to move towards the higher loka or beyond the body and the mind, one has to have the divine thoughts and the divine desire, the zeal towards self-realization, who that aham is, who that aham is. Balavale padadhachet bhavanto yuddhakankshinah tada gacchata trupyantu machhiva pishitenavah. You being so much dubbed with your pride of your power, balava lepat athache, if that is the case, if you are so bent upon boosting and showing your pride of your power, strength, bhavanto yuddha kankshinaha, and if at all you want to, or if you desire a yuddha with us, tadagachata, then come on, come to the battlefield. Trupyantu machivaha, let my jackals be satisfied eating your flesh, drinking your blood. Pishitena vah, your mamsa, rakta. Let them have as much as they want, all the jackals, and let them get satisfied. If that is the case, you come to the battlefield. यतो नियुक्तो दौत्येन तया देव्या शिवः स्वयं शिवदूतीति लोकेऽस्मिन् ततः सा ख्यातिमागता. So, yato niyukto dautyena, because she made Shiva as her Duta. She is called Shivaduti. She is famous as Shivaduti because she is the one who made him. Him means Shiva. Shiva Swayam. Shiva himself as her own messenger. So she is called Shivaduti. तेऽपि श्रुत्वा वचो देव्याः शर्वाख्यातं महासुराः अमर्षापूरिता जग्मुः यत्र कात्यायनी स्थिता. When they came to know, those asuras, when they heard these words spoken to Shiva by Devi, the way she gave the instructions for that messenger Shiva to convey it to Shumbha and Nishumbha, all these asuras who were in the battlefield, they got so angry. Amarsha Purita. They were with so much of indignation, and they all went towards Katyayani to attack. Tata prathamamevagre sharashaktiஷ்டிவ்ருஷ்டிபிஹ ववर्षुरुद्धतामर्षाः तां देवी ममरारयः. And just they didn't go towards her. At once they started attacking first. All these asuras. They started pouring out, showering, shara, the arrows, and then rushti. Rushti means a kind of sword. It is double-edged, sharp sword. Rushti. Vrishtibihi. Like rain, they started sending it towards Devi. Vavarshu ruddhatamarshah. With so much of anger, they showered it towards Devi. Tam Devim Amararaya. Amararaya are the enemies of Devas who are Asuras. Sajatan Prahitan Banan Shulashakti-parashvadhan Chichcheda-leelayadbhat Dhanurmuktair-maheshubihi. Even she retorted Prahitan Banan Shula Shakti Parashu. She used all these weapons and sent all those weapons shot by Asuras. She sent them back. And then Chichcheda, she also broke many of the weapons through using the arrows, Shula, the spear, Shakti, and then Parashu, the axe. She used all these weapons. And did she find it very difficult? No. Leelayadmata, sportively and very gracefully. She broke apart all those weapons shot by the Asuras. Dhanur Muktaihi Maha Ishubihi. Ishu means the arrows. Maha Ishu, the great arrows, which were shot by the Dhanu, the bow. Tasyagratas tatha kali शूलपातविदारितान् खड्गाङ्गपोथितांश्चारीन् kurvati vyacharattara. Then what did Kali do? Tasyagratas tatha Kali. Right in front of him, throwing the darts, the rod with a pointed spear like him, which is called Shulapata Vidaritan. She started throwing those darts. And then Khadgango, Khatwanga. Khatwanga is, it is a rod with the skull on top. With that, she crushed Kurvati Vyacharat Tada. She crushed many of the asuras right in front of that asura. And Kurvati Vyacharat Tada. And then she started stalking, roaming, walking in front of that asura to make sure that understanding the power of all these devatas and her own self, Chandika and Sim. Kamandalu Jalakshepa Hataviryan Hataujasahan Brahmani Chakarocchatrun Yena Yena Smadhavati. Then what did Brahmani do? Kali is taking care of the army of devatas in that way. This Brahmani, she started taking the energized water from her kamandalu and she started splashing, bringing down the valor and also the power from the asuras. Yena yena sma dhavati. Wherever she was running around, she started splashing that water of kamandalu, which was energized to make them powerless, valorless. Maheshwari Trishulena Tatha Chakrena Vaishnavi Daityan Jaghan Kaumari Tatha Shakyati Kopana. Maheshwari attacked with her trident, Trishula. And then Vaishnavi with her discus, she attacked. Kaumari, she also killed those Daityas, being very, very angry, Atikopana, by using her Shakti as well, the spear. Aindri Kulisha Patena Shatasho Daityadanavar Petur Vidaritah Prutyam Rudirogha Pravarshina. Aindri, she used that thunderbolt, Vajrayudha, and she killed hundreds of Daityas with that thunderbolt. Not only that, being torn by that thunderbolt, there was the stream of blood flowing from all those asuras who fell on earth. So, individually, if we are able to sustain that strength in us, we invoke those devatas in us to take care of all these negative asuric vasanas are the traits which we might be carrying from so many janmas. They will take care of it the way these devis are taking care in the battlefield. So during the process, we all will be going through that struggle within to combat the negativity so that we will come out of the cycle of birth and death, and being able to live with this body and the mind, seeing the whole universe around us as nothing but the game of the consciousness. All the situations we come across, be it good or bad, compatible or incompatible, all situations will look like a leela or a game or a put up drama in our lives. If we allow these devatas to work within us, this is the call for the followers, devotees, the seekers of Durga Saptashati. Tunda prahara vidhvasta damshragra kshatavakshasah वाराहमूर्त्यान्यपतन् चक्रेण च विदारिताः तुण्डप्रहार विध्वस्ता. Here what's happening? Varahi, she is having that Varaha Murti Rupa. So with her snout, the mouth, she is Tadayati, she is splashing those asuras with so much of force with her mouth, which is snout. Tunda is that snout. Tunda prahara vidhvasta. Damshragra kshata vakshasaha. And she is biting them with such sharp teeth, which are very sharp at the edge. With that teeth, she is making wounds on the vaksha, the chest of those asuras. So both are equally strong. Varaha Murtya Nyapatan, and she's making them fall down. Chakrena cha Vidaritaha, being torn by Vidaritaha, being torn by Chakra, the discus which she is using. Nakhai Vidaritamschanyan Bhakshayanti Mahasuran Narasimhi Chacharajau Nada Purna Digambara. Goodness. This Narasimhi, she's wandering in the battlefield looking for asuras. The minute she sees any asura, she is Nakaihi with her nails. She is tearing them and she is eating those Maha Asuras. And not only that, Nada Purna Digambara. She is giving such a loud roar, which was covering the whole sky. Sky means the whole space. That means the whole universe was filled with that loud roar of Narasimhi. Chandattahasairasuraha Shivadotyabhidhushitaha Pethu Pruthivyam Patitam Stan Chakhadathasa tada. And then with Chanda Attahasa, dreadful, great laughter, Chandika. She's attacking them in such a way that all the asuras are outdone by this Shivaduti. And they all fell on the ground. How? By her attahasa, loud laughter. When they all fall down on the earth, she is devouring All of them. So, can you imagine hearing or listening or even imagining that kind of loud laughter which can break the asuras and make them fall down dead, and then she eating it? So there is so much of strength in nada that we have to understand. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. These are the stages in which nada becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and then it manifests itself as the universe. So basically, the whole universe is nothing but the vibration of the sound. So all these devis who are so closely associated with the sound, they are able to generate the universe through sound. They can take care of the sthiti of the universe also through the sound. And laya, killing also can happen through the sound. So imagine the roar of this Chandika. Iti matruganam kruddham mardayantam mahasuram दृष्ट्वाभ्युपायैर्विविधैः नेषुर्देवारिसैनिकाः. These angry mothers who are attacking, crushing, mardayantam, who are crushing Mahasuran, the great asuras with so much of leela, as though they are all playing around. Drishtva, looking at that, Abhyupayair vividhaihi, using various weapons on them, that is asuras. What did they do? Palayana param drishtva daityan matruganarditan yodhum abhyayayo kruddho raktabijo mahasuraha. All those asuras who were really frightened by the angry mothers crushing down all the great asuras, they started planning to run away from the battlefield. Palayana Sutra. They wanted to get away from the battle. Looking at that, what these daityas being pressed by those mothers, devis, Rakta Bija became very angry and he also advanced. He also entered into the battlefield to fight these devis. रक्तबिन्दुर्यदा भूमौ पतत्यस्य शरीरतः समुत्पतति मेदिन्यां तत्प्रमाणो महासुरः. रक्तबिन्दुर्यदा भूमौ पतत्यति asya sharirataha, from his body, when wherever the drops of blood falls on the bhumi, the earth, samutpatati, there at once rises, it gives rise to tat pramano mahasuraha. Exactly like that rakta bija, another asura will arise from the medinyam, from the earth. From that drop of blood which has fallen on the earth, from there arises another asura who is exactly like Rakta Bija, original Rakta Bija. Yuyudhe sa gada pani Indra Shaktya Mahasurah Tataschaindri Swavajrena Raktabijam atadayat. That great Asura with mace in his hand fought with the energy of Indra, that is Vajrayudha, with Aindri. He is also holding the mace, which is equivalent to Vajrayudha. Then Aindri used her own Vajrayudha and Tadayatu. She, she splashed him and gave such a harsh beat. Kulishenahatasyashuhu बहुशुश्रावशोणितम् समुत्तस्थुस्तथो योधाः तद्रूपास्तत्पराक्रमाः कुलिशेनाहतस्याशु. Once the blood flowed out from the Rakta Bija, quickly Bahususrava Shonitam, bleeding heavily by that thunderbolt Praharana, there arose so many asuras. Tadrupas tat parakramaham. Not only the form, but also with the equal strength as Rakta Bija. So those asuras also started valorous fight. Yavantha patitastasya sharirad तावन्तः पुरुषा जाताः तद्वीर्यबलविक्रमाः यावन्तः पतितास्तस्य. As many drops from Raktabija's Sharira, the body, falls on the ground, Tavantah, that many Asuras, Purushaha, Jataha, that many are emerging up, that many are born. And the two, Tadvirya Bala Vikramaha. They are very similar to Raktabija in their courage, strength, dhairya. Te chapi yudhastastra purusha rakta sambhavaha samam matrubhiratyugra shastrapatati bhishanam. So then what happened? Te chapi yudhastatra. They, then and they fought asuras. Purusha Rakta Sambhavaha. So they started fighting with one another, Devis and Asuras. Samam Madrubhir Atyugra. With mothers, they went on a terrible fight because of hurling Shastra. Different kinds of weapons were thrown across. पुनश्च वज्रपातेन क्षतमस्य शिरो यदा ववाह रक्तं पुरुषाः ततो जातः सहस्रशः. When again the thunderbolt was hit on his head, because from that wound started coming the blood, which gave rise to thousands of asuras. Not 100, thousands of asuras. Too many. Because each drop of blood is capable of giving rise to that many asuras. That keeps happening within individual also. This Rakta Bija is nothing but the desire and the thought. One thought gives rise to another. One desire gives rise to another desire, another. So it keeps growing without numbers, without limit. Vaishnavi samare chainam chakrena Gadaya tadayamasa Aindritamasureswaram. Vaishnavi Samare in the battle Chakrenabhi Jaghana. She struck with her chakra, the discus. Gadaya tadayamasa. And also with Gada, she started striking them, beating them. Aindri Tam Asureshwaram. She also started attacking him, Aindri, and the Rakta Bijasura with mace. Vaishnavi, Vaishnavi Chakra Bhinnasya Rudhirasrava Sambhavaihi Sahasrasho Jagadvyaptam Tat Pramanair Mahasuraihi. Vaishnavi Chakra Bhinnasya, being torn by the chakra, being severed by the chakra of Vaishnavi, the asuras started coming out more and more and more. Because when severed by the chakra, the oozing of blood will be more. So that many asuras started getting the form and they filled the whole Jagat. Sahasrasho, in thousands and thousands, they all came up, filling Jagat Vyaptam. They occupied the whole Jagat, those asuras. Tat Pramanai Mahasuraihi, with the same strength and valor as that Rakta Bija. So they were all replica of Rakta Bija. Shaktya Jaghana Kaumari Varahi Chatathasina Maheshwari Trishulena Raktabijam Mahasuram. With the spear, Shaktya, Jaghana Kaumari. Kaumari also struck him, Raktabija, Asura. Varahi with her sword. Maheshwari with her trident. So they all attacked Raktabija at once, all together. Sachapi Gadaya Daityah Sarva Evahanat Pruthak Matru Kopasamavisto Raktabijo Mahasurah. And did Raktabija sit quietly? No. He started attacking every Devi, every Matru. Sarva Eva Hanat Pruthak Pruthak. Individually, he started attacking every Devi. The two with so much of anger. Kopa Samavishta. He was filled with so much of anger. And thus he attacked all these devatas individually through his using his gada. Tasya tasya bahudha shaktishuladibhirbhuvi papatayo vairaktaughah tenasan shatasho surah. And hundreds of asuras were born out of the bloodstream that poured on earth and on his being wounded multiple times because he is attacking individually and he is fighting individually with each Devi. So that many times his blood is oozing out, giving rise to that many asuras. So what happened by this? तैश्चासुरासृक्सम्भूतैः असुरैः सकलं जगत् व्याप्तमासीत् ततो देवा भयमाजग्मुरुत्तमम्. When these asuras who came out of the blood drops occupied the whole Jagat, Devis, the other gods, also started feeling the fear. They were also filled with utmost fear. Bhayam ajagmuhu uttamam. Uttamam, they a lot. Utmost intense fear they all started feeling. Then what did Chandika do? तान् विषण्णान् सुरान् दृष्ट्वा चण्डिका प्राहसत्वरम् उवाच कालीं चामुण्डे विस्तीर्णं वदनं कुरु. Having seen those fear-filled, dejected gods, Chandika at once gave the advice. She told Kali, "Hey Chamundi," Kali who killed Chanda and Munda, "O Chamundi, Vistirnam Vadanam Kuru." Make your mouth wide open. Stretch your mouth. The literal meaning. But stretch your mouth means what? Open your mouth wide open. मच्चस्त्रपातसम्भूतान् रक्तबिन्दुन् महासुरान् रक्तबिन्धो प्रतीच्छत्वं वक्त्रेणानेन वेगिना. And with this open mouth, you devour quickly the drops of blood and also the Mahasuras. You start devouring the Mahasuras as well, who are all taking birth at every nanoseconds. Bhakshayanti chararane tadutpannan mahasuran evamesha kshayam daityah kshena rakto gamishyati. Bhakshayanti chararane. Wander around in the battlefield and you start devouring all the asuras who are born out of the blood drops. By this, evamesha kshayam daityaha, that daitya, rakta bijasura, will become kshena rakto. Diminishing blood in him will make him certainly make him flat. So you have to devour all the asuras coming out of the blood drops, and also you had to drink all the raktas, not allowing even a bija or a drop to fall on Medini. Like that, open your mouth wide. That means Kali has to occupy the whole universe with open mouth because asuras are everywhere. भक्ष्यमाणास्त्वया चोग्र न चोत्पत्स्यन्ति चापरे इत्युक्त्वा तां ततो देवी शूलेनाभिजघानतम्. भक्ष्यमाणास्त्वया चोग्र, and being eaten by you, O Ugra. That is another name for Kali. Then there won't be any more birth of new Rakta Bijas, Asuras. And telling that, she quickly attacked once again with her shula, that Rakta Bijasura. She struck him. So what can we understand here? Rakta Bijasura is inconsistent, continuous, persisting thoughts and the desires followed by actions is represented by Rakta Bijasura. So Kali is very much needed in an individual in the form of time and space, covering the whole body and the mind all the time, so that she will not allow the desires and thoughts which will deter the upasakas, bhakta, from that single thought on Devi. She is very much needed for her to occupy the whole body space all the time. That means Kali has to enter body and mind all the time. That is possible only when we surrender to her. Only then she will enter us. Total Sharanagati to her, which is very much needed to get rid of this Rakta Bijasura. मुखेन काली जगृहे रक्तबीजस्य शोणितम् ततो सा वाजघानाथ गदया तत्र चण्डिकाम्. Kali in her mouth took the blood of Rakta Bijasura, and then and there, as she was drinking, Rakta Bijasura again attacked Chandika with his mace. न चास्या वेदनां चक्रे गदापातोल्पिकामपि तस्याः तस्य देहात्तु बहुसुस्रावशोणितम्. By the hit of that mace from Asura, Chandika never felt any pain or anything. Nacha asya vedanam chakre. She didn't feel any pain, vedana, by that gadapata. Alpikamapi, even little bit. Alpikamapi, even little bit. She didn't feel anything by that praharana. Whereas tasyahatasya dehatu, being hit by her, Rakta Bija's body started bleeding like anything. It's like bleeding to death. Like that, he started bleeding. Yatastatastatvaktrena chamunda sampratichhati mukhe samudgata yesya raktapatan mahasura. Yatastata tadvaktrena chamunda sampratichhati. From wherever the blood is coming out, wherever she is seeing the blood drop, she is gulping each and every drop of that rakta with her wide open mouth. Not only that, the great demons who arose from those rakta bija when who are all in her mouth. That means she is drinking the uh, drops of the blood. There itself, it is giving rise to Rakshasas. So you can well imagine that Kali has occupied the whole universe with wide open mouth. It is so wide that even though she is drinking the blood from there itself in her mouth, the Rakshasas are um, getting the forms. They are born. What did she do with them, those Rakshasas? तांश्चखादाथ चामुण्डा पपौ तस्य च शोणितम् देवी शूलेन वज्रेण बाणैरसिभिर्वृष्टिभिः. Chamunda, that is Kali, she ate those asuras as well and drinking their blood. Goddess Chandika again struck Raktabijasura with her dart, thunderbolt, arrows, sword, and spear, causing too many wounds. So that Raktabijasura will lose all his blood, which Kali is gulping, drinking. So, what should we follow by this? The negative thought or negative desire means that any desire which comes as an obstacle to get away from this samsara, that is negative for the growth. So those desirous thought, we should not leave it. Oh, it is only after all, it is only a seed. We should not neglect it. It reminds me of when the children, by mistake, if they eat the seed also along with the apple, with so much of fear, they come and tell the parents or elders, I ate the bija, the seed. What will happen? So, jokingly, the elders or the parents would say, Ayo, did you eat the seed? Tomorrow you are going to get a tree of apple coming out from your tummy. So, we would have heard it. It's not true when it is physically understood, being told to the child, but it proves itself in connection with desires or the thoughts. The bija of desire, it has the capacity to grow as a big tree, giving rise to so many branches of desire or thoughts, and also it gives the fruit. So, if that is the case, it is better to sow the bija of the good traits, divine thoughts, or the bija of jnana and bhakti. Once that seed of jnana and bhakti is sown within, no doubt it will grow as the tree of jnana, the tree of bhakti. And also it gives the fruit which has all the essence of jnana, because it is jnana tree. So once we eat that fruit of jnana, the whole tree just vanishes. No more there will be tree. Once we eat the fruit which has grown from within as tree. There are so many branches, leaves, everything, but it is the tree of jnana, the tree of knowledge. Once we eat that fruit, which has grown from within, the minute we eat that fruit, the whole tree, along with its branches, leaves, and flowers, everything, it will just vanish. What is left is nothing but just the conscious form of Devi, consciousness. So one has to be very careful which tree we are growing. जघान रक्तबीजं तं चामुण्डा पीतशोणितं सपपात महीपृष्ठे शस्त्रसङ्घसमाहतः जघान रक्तबीजं तं चामुण्डा पीतशोणितं being jabbed, poked by that Chandika's dart, the weapon, Chamundi started drinking the blood oozing from that wound. And he was trying to get up. Sa papata mahi prishte, without any valor or strength in Rakta Bijasura, he fell down and he's trying to get up again. Who is struck by the weapons. Shastra Sangha Samahatah Rakta Bijasura. The one who is struck by this weapon, by Chandika. He is wounded, he has fallen down, yet he wants to get up and fight with Devi. Niraktascha mahipala raktabijo mahasura tataste harshamatulam avapustridashan rupa. Mahipala, O king, without blood, nirakta, without blood in him, Raktabija, that powerful Asura, was totally knocked down. That means he was dead. Then, Tataste, because of that, Harsham Atulam, unparalleled joy, all these devatas, God, they all enjoyed, they all experienced that extreme unparalleled joy. It was a great success. Tesham matrugaño jato nanarta sringamadodhatah. With Tesham matrugaño jato, they became, the matrugana, all the devis became so joyous and they started dancing with sruk. Sruk means the blood. Sruk mada uddhatah. Being highly intoxicated by having that blood. That blood is blood of valor that they all enjoy. So, Rakta Bijasura. Rakta Bijasura is none other than the Chitta Vritti. Chitta Vritti means continuous thoughts and desires which keeps coming in monkey-like mind, chattering mind. Even though we want to shut off from all the thoughts, it's not easy. It keeps coming again and again, again and again. That is Chitta Vritti. And that Chitta Vritti gives rise or creates imaginations and thoughts, hypothetical concepts, which give rise to actions to handle those situations. So this chitta vritti has to be controlled. Otherwise, we become the helpless victims of those chitta vritti, which are continuous, very inconsistent. As I said, the thoughts in the monkey mind or thoughts in the chattering mind will become very strong, and we become the victims of those thoughts, making us to get into various actions. So for that, Kali, Chandika mainly are needed, and who are supported by all other devatas. And all of them are within our body and the mind. And Kilaka, we should remember, it is in the conscious form. So next we go to Nishumbha Vadho Nama Navamodhyaya, the 9th chapter. So we finished the 8th one. Swasti Shri Markandeya Purane Savarnike Manvantare Devi Mahatmye Raktabijavadho Nama Ashtamodhyaya. Now we are going to the 9th chapter, which is called Nishumbhavadha. The dhyana for that chapter is Bandhuka Kanchana Nibham Ruchirakshamalaam Pashankushaucha Varadam Nijabahudandaihi Vibhraणाmindu Shakalaabharanam Trinetram Ardhambikeshamanisham Vapurashrayami. Bandhuka, that is a flower which is red in color. She is having the hue of that Bandhuka Kusumam. Kanchana Nibha, she has the shine of gold, golden hue. Ruchirakshamala, and she's holding beautiful Akshamala in her hand. Pashankusha, also Varada Hasta, Nija Bahudandehi, in her long, beautiful arms. Bibhranam, she is also adorned with Indu Shakala as Abharana. Indu Shakala means the crescent moon. Trinetra, she has 3 eyes. Ardhambika, Isham, Anisham. Anisham means always, all the time. Who is Ardha Ambika Isham, one who has Isha as her half part of her body. So it is basically Ardhanarishwara form. Vapurashrayami, I take refuge in that form where I see Amba along with Shiva, who are in one form as united. So after getting rid of Madhu, Kaitabha, Mahishasura, Chanda, Munda, Rakta, Bijasura, a devotee or a seeker has come to the level of understanding that Ambika, she is Kriya Shakti. She is energy. And along with that, I recognize Shiva, the consciousness as well. So Devi is activated consciousness. Thus, I take refuge in that form. So it is a first peep into what Devi is. Once many of these uh, daityas are taken care, there are still much subtler asuras who have to be killed. But at least we have come to the level of peeping into how Shiva and Shakti are united to take care of us and how they are in the form of activated consciousness. Ardhanarish. Om Rajovacha विचित्रमिदमाख्यातं भगवन् भवता मम देव्याश्चरितां माहात्म्यं रक्तबीजवधाश्रितम्. O Maharshi, Your Holiness, you have told us, that is Surata and Samadhi, you have told us the beautiful story of how Devi killed this Raktabija Asura. You have narrated wonderfully this episode. Bhuyasche भूयश्चेच्छाम्यहं श्रोतुं रक्तबीजे निपातिते चकार शुम्भो यत्कर्म निशुम्भश्चातिकोपनः. Further, I like to hear. Bhuyaschet chamyaham shrotum. Shrotum icchamyaham. To hear, I desire. Bhuyah. Further. Rakta Bije Nipatite. After Rakta Bijasura fell down or dead, what did Shumbha and Nishumbha did? They must be really angry with their exceeding rage. What did they do next? I want to know. Rushiruvacha Chakarakopam Atulam Raktabije Nipatite Shumbhasuro Nishumbhascha Hateshvanyeshu Chahave. And Rushi said, Chakara Kopamatulam. Yes, as you guess, they had incomparable anger. Raktabije Nipatite, in the death of Raktabija. And other army people also being slaughtered in the battlefield. Hateshu Anyeshu Chahave. Ahave, that is in the battle. So, Rakta Bijasura was like the very source of energy, the pot of all help they could get. It is same thing with individuals also. Desire, a thought, is that vessel pot which gives rise to so many different things. And it is the breeding pot of many more desires and thoughts. And if that is lost, how will the mind feel? That Shumbha, Nishumba are nothing but the mind. How will they feel? They become highly irritated and they will not be able to survive without this Rakta Bija Sura. So they are really angry. Hanyamanam mahasainyam vilokyamarshmudvahan abhyadhavan nishumbhota mukhyaya surasenaya. And having seen such great mahasuras being slaughtered in the battlefield, these two went with Nishumbha with so much of anger, went ahead to battle with those Devis, Chandika and Kali, taking all important, great, strong asuras along with him. Mukhyaya Asura Senaya. So he took the best army along with him. तस्यागतस्तथा पृष्ठे पार्श्वयोश्च महासुराः सन्दष्टौष्टपुटा क्रुद्धा हन्तुं देवीमुपाययुः. Being enraged, he was having all great asuras in front, at the back, at the sides. He was surrounded by those asuras, great asuras, and biting his lips with so much of anger. Hantum Devim Upayayu. To kill Devi, he advanced, he went ahead towards Devi. Ajagama Mahaviryah Shumbhopi Swabalaivritah Nihantum Chandikam Kopat Kritva Yuddham tu Matrubihi. Kritva Yuddham tu Matrubihi. He had already fought with so many Devis, Matrubihi, the Gana of Matru, all Devis. He had fought. But on top of it, he also saw that his army men are losing their lives so fast. Ajagama, that Mahavira, he came forward, went ahead. Swabalaivritaha Nihantum Chandikam, to kill Chandika. He went ahead. Tato yuddhamativasit devya शुम्भनिशुम्भयोः शरवर्षमतीवोग्रं मेघयोरिव वर्षतोः. And thus a great fight, intense fight took place between Asuras and Devis, with shooting the arrows on both sides, which looked like the two pieces of clouds showering rain. So imagine two clouds bursting out with rain, heavy rain. Like that, these two were fighting. Meghayoriva varshatoho, varshatoho. They rained the arrows on one another. Chichedastancharam stabhyam chandika svasharotkaraihi tadayamasa changeshu shastroghairasuraishvaro. Chandika split the arrows shot by the two of them, Shumbha and Nishumbha. Tadayamasa changeshu, and also punched them, both Shumbha and Nishumbha, with her strength, and also she sent many of the arrows, shooting arrows towards them continuously. So there was attack with the limbs as well. Angeshu. Nishumbho nishitam khadgam charmachadaya suprabham atadayan mordi simham devya vahanamuttamam. Nishumbho nishitam khadgam. Nishumbha took a sharp sword. Charmachadaya suprabha, shining charma, that is the shield, holding the shield, which was shining like anything. Adaya, holding it. Atadayan Murni Simham. He just punched on the head of Simha, the noble vehicle of Devya Vahanam Uttamam. Devi's vehicle, which was really great. Tadite Vahane Devi Kshurapreणासि Muttamam Nishumbhasyashu Chicheda Charmachapyashta Chandrakam. Devi at once quickly broke his sword with her shoe horse tipped arrow. That broke the sword. Not only that, she also cut off the shield which he was holding, which had the painting of the moons, which were also very shining. That shield she broke, cut off quickly. Ashu. Ashu means quickly, at once, suddenly. Those moons were etched beautifully on the shield of this Asura, and it was shining. Chinne charmani khadge cha shaktim chikshepasosuraha tamapyasya dvidha chakre chakrenabhimukha Chinne charmani khadgena, being having the broken sword and also the shield which were broken, that Asura hurled Shakti, his dart, at Devi. As it started coming, Tamapyasya Dvidha Chakre, she broke that also as it was coming closer to her. Chakrenabhi Mukhagatam, that which was coming towards her. She broke that also with her discus. So she was quick in using her discus also to break the weapons which were coming from the. Stop at this. Continue the battle in the next session. So the fight, it shows how even though Nishumbha, the negative things or negative thoughts and desires are so strong, Devi is quick in protecting Simha or her own Devis by using the intelligence and asking Kali to open her wide mouth in different ways. If one is attentive, they can allow Kali, Chandika to show their valor and fight with the negative things which are present in the individuals. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om.